Welcome to the Walter Bosley channel. This is Walter Bosley. Time travel is a favorite topic of mine. I have talked about it a lot. I've written about it, both in fiction and I think a little bit in nonfiction, but I will be doing more of that soon. And of course, like many, many others, I have grown up with time travel being a popular topic of film and television and books. You know, of course, science fiction and fantasy, that kind of literature and entertainment. And these stories and the ideas that are born from them always seem to focus upon how do we do this from a technological perspective. In other words, it's always about coming up with some type of device, a time machine, as it were, or some sort of mechanical object. And of course it goes back to H.G. Wells and the Time Machine, which, as depicted in the George Powell movie of the early 60s, is like a sled, okay? Like something you ride through time. It has a seat, it has the control apparatus in front, and interestingly enough, a spinning wheel behind the occupant. Now, if you'll notice in the film, Time After Time, that's the title, in which H.G. Wells is a character who comes to the future, the 1979 present, in pursuit of Jack the Ripper. That time machine is also something that appears to allow the occupant to ride through time, as it were. It's kind of an enclosed device that resembles kind of a steampunk tuk-tuk. If you're familiar with those of you outside the United States will know what I'm talking about. Those of you who traveled, of course, will know. It has a windshield, if I'm not mistaken. And of course, there's been many other movies. Very popularly, the Back to the Future series features a car, the DeLorean, which has been turned into a time machine. However, I'm beginning to consider seriously other means of time travel. You see, I do think it's possible, but not with a machine, or at least maybe not at this time, maybe not at our time, with a machine. I think it's very likely that it is done more with an action as opposed to technology. Now, I have written about the stories of Jack Finney and Richard Matheson, and I have hinted at and stated that the author and good friend of mine, Seshari, and I have for years delved into time phenomena and our own experiences with it, and how we think time travel is possible it, these discussions have included technological ideas, in particular an idea that he created. But I've become more and more convinced that time travel is possible, but it is the result of an action, not a technology. And in my next discussion on this, I'll go into that. Thanks for coming to the Walter Bosley channel if this is your first time, and I look forward to speaking with you again.